We're very, very optimistic that we're going to be able to leverage this in a very big way for our shareholders. I mean, leverage isn't just a word, it's a function of how you operate and how we think. We see the commodities complex turning up, the trend is up, and I think for us to be able to navigate those worst of times and not have to dilute since 2009, now we're going to get aggressive. We're poised to launch, and I think that we're going to have a very, very successful year for this company. We have had a lot of success with shallow, near-surface mineralized targets that we've drilled into in Mexico. For something the size and potential of Grizzly, there's clusters of these porphyries in the Sheslay, including obviously at Star and from Grizzly West to Grizzly Central. We definitely want to make sure that we pick out the best of the best when we drill into these things. But I do believe that we've got a high degree of confidence in the fact that we have an awful lot of knowledge about the region. The phase that we are about to embark on here will include some very, very detailed work along that claim boundary between Pyrrhotite Creek and our Grizzly Central property. So it's those targets are very, very large, and they, as I say, they're cross-cutting, crushing zones. They're just the ideal host for the kind of mineralization, the porphyry mineralization that you see throughout that entire 30-kilometer belt. If we confirm the features that we already believe are there, we're going to be drilling right into the core of this thing. Well, there's no doubt. I mean, we've got up to 17% on surface samples, so there's definitely higher grades to be had here. There's no doubt there is also a multitude of targets. 262 square kilometers. You look at Galore Creek, and there's somewhere around 14 to 18 separate porphyries that make up that deposit. You see the clustering at Grizzly West and the clustering of these copper gold porphyries at Star, and we're seeing evidence of that. Again, all throughout that whole 30-kilometer belt. So there's a number of mineralized zones there. There's going to be certainly more than one deposit found as far as the early evidence indicates. They're obviously a very, very big player, very knowledgeable. They have the best of the best. They've done 2 rounds there, and they've hung on to what they've hung on to. So they've got every cell along our southern border. They've kept, and so we're obviously anticipate that they have come up with some very interesting mineralization along the southern boundary of Grizzly. So it just, again, we've been there since 2006. They came in around 2011, I believe. But so right now, this thing looks like it's got all the earmarks of a world-class copper gold porphyry camp.